But in terms of Pavlovich, I think he's got the momentum on his side.
Yeah.
Like the dude has finished all of his fights within the first couple of minutes. He's got this level of confidence. Not momentum and confidence is a huge thing in the UFC, as we know. Like that's why I think Leon Edwards is gonna fucking smoke Colby. That's why I think he's gonna smoke Colby. Someone's like, go get some water. I'll get some water in a second. I sip some cough. Damn. That's why I think Leon Edwards is gonna fucking smoke Colby, is because he has this momentum, beating Usman twice, knocking him out in his worst performance ever. Colby Covington hasn't fought in going to be over a year and a half by the time he fights Leon, and it's just like, how can you bet on the guy who just has no momentum? Like, I think momentum is just huge in the UFC. But so I think Pavlovich has this kind of momentum, and I think it's going to be hard to beat him, and I think Blaydes will not be the guy. I think for Pavlovich, you have to weather that storm in the beginning. And I don't think Blaydes has the chin to do that, or the wrestling to do that, to take him down right there. Like, everyone's like assuming like, oh, Blaydes is this great wrestler and automatically take down Pavlovich just because of Pavlovich's first ever performance got taken down by a vet who's been in the UFC for years. You know what I mean? Like, we can't base it off of that. Like, you don't think he's been working on his takedown defense since that happened?
He used to train with DC too, and them guys at AKA.
I just think it's crazy, and it's Blaydes could win. I just think that like we're just, people who are picking Blaydes are just like, it's in their like they have it all wrong, in my opinion. I just think that they're just overrating
hyping him.
Overrating Blaydes, Curtis Blaydes.
Because everyone says he's the most underrated heavyweight.
But based off what?
Like, just, I guess he's only lost to 2 guys, so I can understand it. But if everyone's saying he's super underrated, he's not underrated. I feel like we all know he's good, and he could beat 95% of them guys at heavyweight. But
could he though?
Like, he could beat Tai Tuivasa.
Pavlovich is not going to fear takedowns.
No, I'm just saying he could beat Tai Tuivasa.
No, Blaydes. Someone said Blaydes is all. I think Pavlovich might get chinned because he fears a takedown. That's just not going to happen.
Here's the thing about Blaydes on the feet. Blaydes, one thing I noticed, and when I rewatched the Jairzinho fight, because I originally remember the Rosenstrike fight is like Blaydes just taking him down and laying on him, but there was like a lot of time on the feet. He gets into these like moments where he's just kind of waiting and tentative on the feet, and he's kind of plotty. And I think like he almost thinks like, when he got knocked out by Lewis.
Yeah,
that was like a bad entry. Like, he was like, should I take him down? And then he just kind of like leaned into it. Blaydes has like this tendency to get like frozen in the octagon and to kind of freeze up and think too much. And I think a guy like Pavlovich with an 84-inch reach with the power, I think he's just gonna. I think Blaydes is gonna shit his pants.
Yeah, I think the reach.
I think he's gonna get KO'd because the reach is a big factor. And people can say, well, Blaydes is a good reach too. That's longer than Tai and all that. But like, here's the thing. Pavlovich, he throws straight punches. And so like he utilizes his reach perfectly. He's not throwing inside hooks. He's throwing straight punches in combinations. You might not get hit by the first one. You might land a shot. After you land, you might get out of the way of a shot, land your own, and then another one of his shots is coming on the outside. You don't even see it. Those are the ones that's going to put him down. And I just think like Pavlovich is just going to knock him out in the first couple of minutes. The first couple of minutes. He's going to get him out of there.
In the first two minutes.
If Blaydes is going to shoot, he's not. I don't think Blaydes is going to
hit by an uppercut. He's going to get hit by an uppercut.
Yeah. But I don't think he's going to shoot like well. I think he's going to like wait a little bit and then like kind of duck into it. I just think it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I think Pavlovich, I think the reach is a huge factor, because I think he could not even he doesn't need to rush in to knock him out. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to rush in to knock him out. He's not in because of how much longer his reach is, he's not in the danger that Blaydes is going to be in. So he can kind of just hit Blaydes. That's the thing about Pavlovich. It's just so tricky to beat the guy because you have to get through the early storm when he's Pavlovich. Honestly, you don't want to know hot take maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure about this, but I think Pavlovich may be the best boxer in the heavyweight division.
Maybe I agree, but hold on. This guy says, can we really say Pavlovich is good? He beat Lewis and Ty. What I have to say
It's
to that
about the
is,
way he beat them,
yeah,
though.
he beat
Like
them in the first minute. Like
it's
what
not
else?
like
How else can you get better than that?
yeah, like that's the thing.
Like Curtis got KO'd stiff. Can we really say he's good if he got KO'd stiff by Lewis?
Yeah, I mean, like I think like yeah, he hasn't. But who else should have
Like
he
Lewis
beat?
is beating Rosenstrike. Rosenstrike's kind of, you know.
Yeah,
And Lewis has I'm sorry, Blaydes beat Rosenstrike, and Blaydes has like a height reach advantage or wrestling advantage. The only thing he has over Sergey is the wrestling. And here's the thing: Blaydes is a good wrestler, but it's heavyweight, and he's not
yeah.
like a Jon Jones moving up. He's slow to the shot, and most heavyweights get taken down by him because they're slow to defend it. Like
And Pavlovich is not.
Sergey's just
Pavlovich is
too
fast.
much to deal with, bro.
You see his hands on his Instagram.
And
video?
I think Sergey loses to some guys. I just feel like it's not to Blaydes.
Who does Sergey lose to though? I don't know who he.
I think he might lose to a guy like Gon.
Gon is, but dude,
Like you have to be able to float. So either Gon or Jones, you have to be able to keep distance. Like I feel like if you're just a regular heavyweight plotty, you can't beat him. There's no heavyweight that I think beats him other than someone who can move around.
Pavlovich is really good.
And maybe Aspinall. Those are the three guys. Maybe just because of the speed and the takedowns. I feel like Aspinall would take him down easier than Curtis.
So big though and strong. Like that's the thing. Like,
but same as Aspinall, dude. Aspinall's a big dude.
Yeah, but that's why I'm not like Sergey is little kind of
like doesn't have to stand in the pocket with him. This guy said he could just kick him at range.
You know what? I think Pavlovich is a better version of Francis. Hot take. Better version of Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he has as much power as Francis, but he's definitely.
I mean, just in combinations.
Yeah, like I agree.
His heavyweight boxing is ridiculous, honestly, and I think Blaydes is just gonna like on the feet. He's a little he's weird. There's something a little off about.
Dude, he knocked out what's his name, Chris Dawkins, and everyone loses their mind.
He just is weird. His striking.
Like he's decent on the feet, but
it's just weird to me. I don't know. Something's up with it. Something about his striking just is like, I don't know. Something's up with it, and I think Pavlovich has been working on his takedown defense since the Overeem fight, and he's a strong dude. A lot of strong guys are pretty good at stuffing takedowns. So I think he'll be able to stuff 1 or 2 takedowns, and I think that'll be all he needs if he does get out if Blaydes does get out of the first 2 minutes.
Dude, I don't think he needs to get out of the first. I don't think he's gonna stuff any takedowns.
Yeah, but I think if he needs to, he could.
I think he's gonna knock Curtis out while he's shooting or before he shoots.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to shoot. I think is going to happen. I think Blaydes will not I think he will surprise Blaydes with the reach. Like I think Blaydes is going to get hit by shots that he doesn't think he's going to get hit by and just get knocked out. That's kind of what I see is going to happen. Yeah, I think he's first 2 minutes for sure.
But what if Curtis takes him down? What do you think happens then? If Curtis is able to land a takedown,
how is Blaydes going to get through the first initial swarm?
But I'm just saying, if it happens, what if he takes him down? Do you change your pick then and there, or do you think that Pavlovich can work?
I think Pavlovich could still win.
So do you think what if Curtis wins the first round with wrestling? Do you think Pavlovich can win?
Yeah, I still think he can still stuff a takedown and knock him out. I mean, obviously we haven't seen it, but I think
it's possible, but I think his chances diminish by 75%.
Oh, I mean, it obviously diminishes, but I think obviously he knocks everyone out in the first minute, but first round. But I think he must be preparing for that too. He must have been.
Yeah, he could improve massively over
he's been preparing for that for years. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm busy. He keeps getting these first round finishes, but I'm sure he's just okay, I need to prepare if it doesn't happen in the first minute. You know what I mean? So I think he'll be prepared. Blaydes has been chinned a couple times. Pavlovich is not. Pavlovich is not taking much damage at all.
Dude, he has a good chin too.
Fresh chin. Blaydes taking a lot of damage. Has shown to be a bit chinny. A little. I mean, Francis and Derek Lewis, but still, he has gotten knocked out though. So
Pavlovich got hit by Derek Lewis. He got hit by Tai Tuivasa. Yeah, nothing happened.
He ate those. I mean, yeah, those weren't the best shots, but still, I think the reach will really be a factor. I think Pavlovich We'll just hit Blaydes with some shots that he just doesn't really expect to be hit by, and he'll just get knocked out by one of them. So I think he's gonna get knocked out cold.
What if Blaydes wins then? Does he get a title shot? Yeah.
Yeah, I think either of these guys gets a title shot if they win. You know,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think regardless, they'll get a title shot. I just think that Jones is gonna fight one more fight. I think he's gonna go against Stipe. Then what do you do for the vacant belt? I think you would want to see Sergey Pavlovich versus somehow Tom Aspinall, or a rematch between Curtis Blaydes and Tom Aspinall. You got to make that happen somehow, you know, because I think one of these guys and Tom Aspinall are the best heavyweights in the UFC. That's not named Jon Jones right now. Yep. So I think you gotta hopefully. If you're the UFC, you obviously want Pavlovich to win, because like I think he could be like, I mean, I'm not gonna say he can be a star, but he could be interesting. You know, people could tune into his fights. Like I don't see people like tuning into, like I can't see people tuning into Blaydes' fights. You know what I mean? If he's fighting for a belt or anything. So I think the UFC probably would want Pavlovich to win. I would want Pavlovich to win. I think he's very entertaining. And then I hope that Aspinall gets going again and fights for the belt, because I think he would beat Pavlovich, and I think he will be the future champion if his knee like recovers properly. I don't know why he's calling out Tybura. It doesn't make sense to me. Like Tuivasa is a way better fight in my opinion. And I think he fucks Tuivasa up with ease. I don't know what he's doing. Like Tybura, like why? You know what I mean? Like
easy. It's an easy fight. That's why.
But so is Tai Tuivasa.
Yeah, but it's riskier to strike with Tai.
He's not going to need us. He could shoot on Tai. He can take down.
You know, I just feel like he's calling Tybura out because he's not dangerous. And he wants to make sure his knee is good. He wants to test the knee.
Dude, but he's saying his knees feels better than ever.
He doesn't know how it's going to hold up in a fight, I guess.
Dude, bro, he shouldn't be fighting. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that. But you know what?
This guy says, what good wrestlers has Pavlovich beaten? My question is, what big knockout artist punchers with one-shot power has Blaydes beat?
Nobody.
None. Blaydes beat what? Rosenstrike? That is not the same kind of guy.
Is not like
he's like one step below.
Real quick.
Yeah. Like, let's be honest, dude. Blaydes has failed to beat the Derek Lewis. He's failed to beat the Francis Ngannou. That's just the facts, dude.
Yeah. I also think, you know who I think is actually pretty dangerous in that division, who's nobody's talking about? Spivak.
Yeah.
I think Spivak's
good.
Could be pretty good. You know, I actually think he's a better wrestler than Curtis Blaydes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, but he's smaller, a good grappler.
He's a little smaller.
Yeah.
But I think on the ground, I think he's more. I mean, he's definitely more dangerous on the ground, though.
Yeah, he could be. I think Sergey Spivak is definitely good with his submissions. You know,
and he's not terrible on the feet. I mean, he's not. I don't think he hasn't needed to use it that much, but I think he's like decent on the feet.
People. I just want to mention the Ngannou one fight. Like people act like Blaydes is like ran through everyone when he couldn't even beat a young Francis Ngannou before he got dominated by Stipe with the wrestling. Before Francis got exposed, he couldn't even beat that version of Francis with his wrestling. So he's not like, listen, I understand that the numbers are inflated because it's the heavyweight division, and some of these heavyweights just can't wrestle for shit. Mm-hmm. But Blaydes is good. He's not good enough to just run through everyone with his wrestling.
Yeah, he's not gonna maul people. Like, you know,
Pavlovich doesn't knock people out with one shot. He needs a good 3. Yeah, but it's not about that. It's about the fact that, like, if he lands, you're gonna get knocked down. That's what it is. Like, he doesn't necessarily KO people stiff with one, but people react. Listen, there's a reason Rosenstrike doesn't have a bunch of first-minute KOs back to back to back to back to back. It's because Pavlovich hits harder.
Yeah, Blaydes.
Pavlovich hits, dude. He hits differently, bro.
This is what I'm saying, though. Blaydes was outlanding Lewis.
People get hit by Pavlovich, bro. They don't know what the fuck to do.
Curtis is going to show Sergey some levels. What levels has Curtis shown to be? Like, you know what I mean? Like
Curtis hasn't had like one like super amazing win. Volkov is a good win. Like Rosenstrike's a good win,
But to
but
be
he
honest,
doesn't
I
have
think
any of those
Sergey
wins
doesn't.
that are like amazing.
We really don't think Sergey would fucking knock flatline KO Volkov too. Like, like
I think he would knock him out as well.
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Is like,
But I
it's just.
think Volkov is a better chance on the feet than Blaydes. Volkov's better than Blaydes on the feet,
But
bro.
Blaydes is definitely better at wrestling now.
Oh yeah. Blaydes
Yeah,
is definitely a better fighter than
that's the
Volkov for
factor
sure.
about it. That's the only
But
factor.
Blaydes is good. He's just right now. I feel like he could even be a champion someday, but
No,
he's gonna have to show some improvements.
yeah, he's gonna have to show improvements with everything. His wrestling is.
Dude, I love how some people just truly believe that that Blaydes is just like the better fighter. Like we haven't even seen the fight. Like we have to wait.
Who has a better chance with Jones out of the two? I think Pavlovich.
I think Blaydes.
But Pavlovich maybe can knock out Jones.
I disagree. I think Pavlovich, like, listen, the question for me is not, is Pavlovich an amazing wrestler? I know he's not. The question is, can he stuff a takedown or two from Blaydes? The issue with Jones is hard to hit. He's fast. He has the speed of a light heavyweight,
and he's got the reach.
And he is light heavyweight grappling, which is way more dangerous. I feel like Jones is the more dangerous grappler at this day and age. The reason I say Blaydes is more dangerous is because he's probably a really hard guy to take down, and Jones would have to strike with him. And Blaydes very powerful.
You know what? I think Jones fucking 50-45s Blaydes.
Damn, dude. I mean, but the interesting thing is the KO. It's like, how does he do on the feet? We don't know how Jones does on the feet at heavyweight.
But I think he's just gonna be so much quicker than Blaydes. Like that's, you know what I mean?
I agree.
Jones is hard to hit, bro. Blaydes can gas out. Like who knows?
He could.
With the speed that Jones has,
finishes him in 1 minute, dude. Stop.
No, not Blaydes.
That's the thing. It's like here's the thing about Jones. Jones can't knock Blaydes down.
No, he's not gonna knock Blaydes out.
So he has to beat him by decision, or maybe ground and pound when he's tired or something like that.
Take Blaydes down. That'd be great.
He could.
You can't count on that though.
That's why I think Blaydes is a bit of a harder fight.
Yeah. You actually talked me into that. Yeah, I would agree. But I don't think Jones will fight either of them. I don't. It doesn't make sense. There's no.
It's really just a matchup thing. I think like usually I bet on the wrestler, but at heavyweight the wrestlers are slow.
Yeah. Especially someone who's kind of shinned a couple of times too.
Yeah.
But Lucas, I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quickly. I just entertain the chat for like 2 minutes, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, for sure. Jones looked awkward before he took Gon down. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say he looked that awkward, to be honest. I mean, I actually was impressed. Like, he looked fast to me. He looked pretty fast. And he didn't really get hit. I think he took like one leg kick, one kick to the knee from Gon. I was really happy about that watching it live, because I said if Gon didn't kick Jones's knee, I would be pissed. But of course, I think he looked good on the feet. I mean, he did everything he needed to do to get the takedown. Like, he was able to create a sequence of where he could get him down. So that's pretty good for him. Yeah. Or submit him. Yeah, he could submit Curtis Blaydes, but probably not that likely. Jones finishes him. Pavlovich's power is better than someone like Ngannou. Pavlovich's power is better than someone like Ngannou because those guys aren't setting it up with combos to land that much power like Sergey can. Yeah, I think that's a decent point. Like, Sergey's, not just winging his all into every single punch. Awkward, he won within 2 minutes of the first round. Yeah, I wouldn't say he looked awkward. Like, he just looked awkward because he was fat. It's basically his physique look awkward because they're used to seeing Jones lean, shredded. So, yeah.
I'm back.
This is a 50-50 fight, though. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's close to 50-50. I think it's like, very close, but I'm leaning 60-40. I think it's a 60-40 fight.
We won within 2 minutes. I think Jones will also come in better shape in the next fight.
Yeah.
In future fights, if he does stay around. I don't think that's Jones' best shape. Like, I think the more time he has, like, to keep lifting, stuff like that, he'll just keep getting better physique and stuff like that. So yeah, I think Jones will come in good against Stipe. People, honestly, I think Stipe is like, I think Jones beats him, but I mean that's not like, that fight makes the most sense though. I agree. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the biggest fight. Jones, is motivated to beat Stipe because to have Stipe Miocic on your resume as a title defense is pretty good. So I think Jones is super motivated for that fight. I hope
I think Stipe is going to give him issues.
Jones, in what
Yeah, I think
sense?
Stipe is going to give Jones some issues. I feel like, I'm thinking about all this time off that Stipe's had, and I'm saying to myself, well, Jones had a shitload of time off before his last performance, and he looked amazing. I think that Stipe, all the time he's had off after the Ngannou 2 fight where he got KO'd, I think the time off is good, and I think that Stipe is going to come back refreshed, motivated, like ready to go with some new adjustments, studying tape on Jones. I think he's going to give Jones some issues, and I think that we know Stipe is a dog. Like Jones fighting Gon is not mentally the same as fighting a guy like Stipe. Stipe, he's been a champion. He has the championship experience like a Jones, and I feel like even though I think Jones is going to beat him, I think Stipe is going to give him a tough fight, at least for the first couple rounds.
You think on the feet or?
I think on the feet and stuffing takedowns. I think Stipe will be able to keep it on the feet early, and then Jones
He's a
will
better
eventually.
wrestler than people think.
Yeah, he is.
So one second, Lucas. Sorry again. Be right back.
Tell me Sergey doesn't throw punches like Dustin Poirier. I mean, he kind of does, right? In a way, he looks like Dustin when he's like in an exchange. Like he was kind of looking like Dustin Poirier against Tai Tuivasa in a way. I know what you mean, but Dustin Poirier throws a lot of hooks. Sergey throws a lot of straight shots. I honestly think Jones will dominate that dude. Yeah, but the thing is, like, we don't know what Jones is going to look like on the feet at heavyweight. We don't. And he could look amazing. He could look really good. I think he'll beat Stipe, but I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think Stipe is going to hit him.
Aspinall gone. I think Aspinall.
Yeah, probably Aspinall wins that.
You think he'd submit Gone?
Yeah, I think so. I think he submits him first round.
First round. Oh.
Yep. Dude, Gone still training in France. I feel like, that's just a sign that the guy doesn't really want to change that much.
The thing is, I don't think Gone's gonna get another title shot. Like I think he's gonna have to do so much to get another title shot. Like who's Gone? Like who's like rarely anybody get 3 title shots without winning.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's not like it's the same champion. Different guy.
It's still, dude. And
I feel like it's easier to give Gone a title shot when it's a different champ, and he basically beat Ngannou. I think he beat Ngannou, so I think he'll get a title shot again. I think that the issue is like he's not left France, and you have to leave France if you want to be a world champion.
Like he loves it, like how other guys love it.
He doesn't want to be. He's not as hungry as other guys. That's what it's the hunger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could be a thing.